Okay, here is, or, well, not is, but is going to be episode 1 of building a freelance shunting plank with a slight twist in double O scale. So, a bit of context. This rather idyllic scene with a large pair of pliers in the middle of it was going to be a single tracked GWR broad gauge diorama. However, because of the huge problems with modeling and broad gauge, that isn't going to happen. So instead, I had this. I didn't have it sitting around, but I recently built this Kaiser, however you say it, Midland Railway Kirtley goods, which, being in the USA, modeling the Midland Railway in double O gauge isn't the most. It's not the easiest of things to achieve. And in the closet, which is very far out of shot, I have the Midland Micro layout, which is devoid of track and many other things at the moment. And this was going to run on it. However, I about 11 months ago, I went on holiday, to use the European term, in Santa Fe, and I quite liked the scenery and the various bits of architecture, etc., and thought, wouldn't it be interesting to have a British outline railway set in Santa Fe? So about a year later, I thought, well, that's not a completely farcical idea. So here we are, and to understand the project, you have to understand Egyptian railways in about 1857, not 1850, 1857, which isn't the most commonly available knowledge. So basically, one of the viceroys of Egypt commissioned Robert Stevenson and Company of Newcastle upon Tyne to build various railways all throughout Egypt, which was then an Ottoman principality. I'll just say that. It probably wasn't. Someone will correct me in the comments, probably. And they used for their locomotives almost exact copies of currently existing British locomotives, such as the Midland Railway Kirtley goods, or at least a approximation of that engine. And they also had approximations of the Stirling single and the Kirtley 222 express passenger engines. And one of these is preserved, one of the Kirtley goods approximations is preserved outside the Cairo Railway Museum by Ramsey's Station. And they all have, and I doubt this will be in shot if I just push this forward. This engine is unmotorized and will remain unmotorized. The propulsion will be probably a Hornby Ringfield motor inside a six-wheeled van or something, because this was very hard to fit a motor in. But if you can see that, you can see, if I adjust the focus, that it's not focusing. Okay, well, if it would focus, which I think it might have, you can see it has a larger roof that goes all the way out to the edge of the running plate. That's probably not the correct name for that, but these engines had that, and I think it improves the appearance no end. So that's all that's been fitted, and that's probably all the modifications that it's going to have to look like something that was on Egyptian railways. So the plan is to have a freelance line in New Mexico with a terminus in Santa Fe. This here will be the terminus, and the station building will be probably the big tower in the Santa Fe Scottish Rite Temple, because I thought that was a very good looking building and would make a nice station. And so that will be probably where this mound is. It'll be there, or maybe it may come over a bit to over here, and then there's a road that goes up past it, and that road will probably be on top of this hill over here. So that's the that's not all of the plan, and so this freelance line, for some unknown reason, uses British rolling stock, supplied by Stevenson's and Fowler's of Leeds, which will be interesting, and I guess probably about as easy as modeling the Midland Railway, but maybe slightly easier because I could get away with using some HO scale Pullmans or something on passenger trains or something of that nature. And this concept of imported British equipment in the western desert of the USA isn't entirely implausible. A mining company in Bisbee, Arizona, they imported a compound traction engine from Fowler's of Leeds, funnily enough, in I think 1886, which was very confusing when I found that photo, but that's a story for another day. So I'll wrap up this short narration and then start filming the next shot of the opposite end of the shunting plank. Okay, so here is the next section of the video. So this is a way better way of showing the extended roof on the I'm just gonna call it the Kirtley goods for now, because I don't know what else to call it. And then so I think about 2 years ago I made the decision to buy two are they? Yeah, one left hand and one right hand point from Hornby, USA, instead of two of the same direction, which you can't do much with. Well, I guess you can, but getting it all into a space this small is a bit difficult. So down here is the other part, and then you have this tunnel, which I think is a Woodland Scenics double-tracked HO tunnel, which was going to be turned into the box tunnel of GWR renown, but that obviously I'm not doing the broad gauge anymore, so it may just be kept as a scenic break, and then I could have a traverser or something in the area behind it, but since it's a single track line going in there, because I can't figure out how to do a double track into this without it looking really weird, I think it will probably I don't know what else I would do for a scenic break, because the area doesn't have much. I mean, I guess I could do the obligatory road bridge at the end of the goods yard or whatever, but the road actually curves off to the right instead of the left, and then goes down to what's called the Tsuki Market. So that wouldn't be entirely accurate, and really the whole thing isn't really. I'm trying to keep it as accurate as possible. If the Santa Fe Masonic Temple was a railway station, which it isn't, it's a Masonic temple. Actually, I think it's a performing arts center now. But yeah, so the camera is where the station building will be eventually, and then this siding will probably be a parcels siding or goods siding, and then there'll be a very, very thin platform in there. It will probably get widened or something, and of course all of this, it's very Wiltshire. It's not very New Mexico looking right now, And like here you can see I've done some testing with orange paint because a lot of the dirt in Santa Fe is kind of orangey. So I'm working on how to make it look a bit more Western, not great Western, but Western. So that's an ongoing thing, and this little thing down here is a GWR railway policeman's hut, which controlled this signal, and I think I may keep this signal. This is a non-working GWR broad gauge signal, so it since this is a freelance line, I can do pretty much whatever I want, and it's set I think about 25 years before any actual railroads made it into New Mexico. So I could use a GWR broad gauge signal. This is the disc and bar type. So that's an option for signaling, but other than that, I think that's the end of the video.